Check that. All right, let's just pull up this Instagram. And we ready to go. Hello, hello, hello. It's your boy, the Beast One. Welcome to another episode of Dad Mentality. Thank you for joining us this week. We have Coach Lady K and Lady K Wellness, and we're going to talk about health and the journey into fitness and what we need to do to get our lives right. Y'all know what it is, Dad Mentality.
What is that's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, I get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Sometimes we gotta fix our mental. Or maybe it's not meant to be a dad, a father, that's what men do. I made a promise to my kids, that's what I do. I just want them to do things better than I do. Or better yet, better things that I did. What is that's mentality? What it is? The mentality of taking care of family. As a man, I get lonely. I can't even call my homies, but I answer every call when my kids call me. I'll be there when they need me. They depending on me. They looking up to me. Welcome to the show, shout out to the coach. And Maddie Ice Cold Crypto. And each one, that's mentality. We just trying to reach one. What is that's mentality?
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Dad's Mentality. It's your boy, the Beast One. I'm so happy to be here again this week. I apologize about last week. I was out of town taking care of my son who graduated from the Air Force, which I'll get more into that as we get into our mental health check-in. But first, as y'all know, I don't do it by myself, I also do it with my brothers in arms. So first, this guy's from the DMV area. He represents the DMV. Y'all know him as the ice cream man. He's a diversified hustler, wealthy and blessed. And of course, a Commanders fan. My man, Matty Ice, Cold Crypto. What's up, Matty Ice?
What's good, man? How y'all doing tonight, fellas and ladies?
I'm doing great. I'm glad you joined us again this week. So we got, of course, I got my other boy. Y'all know we've known each other since the 4th grade, hanging out in the sandbox. My man, $1 million grand. Y'all know him as Vance Robs, a.k.a. Coach. What's going on, Coach? How you feeling today, sir?
What's good with you? How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good. I can't complain at all. So, of course, I've been excited about this week having this young lady join us. She is a great friend. I'm going to go ahead and read all her accomplishments. Kendra Smith, she is a wife. She is a mom. She is a godmom. She is a life coach. She is also a fitness guru. She's the CEO of Scrubbies. If you want to get your house clean, come give her a call. She'll get the crew there and get your house cleaned up for you. You know what I'm saying? Black owned, black ran. She's also a mentor to my daughter. She's a hairdresser. She's a singer. Let me tell you, she sung at my brother-in-law's funeral, and I was boo-hooing, dog, and told her as soon as I was like, you got to sing that same song at my funeral. She's the only person I booked at my funeral already. So, she's also the first person I ever saw sing at her own wedding. So and it had me crying then. She's all around great person. Every time I've called her, she's always been there and helped me out and helped my family and been a great support for my daughter. I only got one thing bad say about her, and I'm going to say it with pride. She's a goddamn Cowboys fan. So that's the only thing I got bad to say about. Welcome, Coach Lady K. How you doing today, Coach Lady K?
Oh, hello. Hey, everyone. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you came and hung out with us today, and we get ready to talk about this fitness journey. But, as we talk about it, I'm going to go ahead and share something from her post. You can check it out yourself. and make sure y'all follow her. But check this out real quick, and here we go.
Yeah, I'm feeling like dynamite. So hot like a diamond bright. No, I ain't got
If I can make it
kryptonite. Living in the fast lane, speed of light. Big moves, big shot, big swings. Big boom, big life, big things. Big moves, big time, big leagues. Get litty with it. I bring the bass. I got the juice. Yeah, I'm the boss. I'm making moves. I bring the bass. I got the juice, and it goes like 3, 2, 1. I bring the boom. I bring the boom. Yeah, I bring the.
All right, so before we get into that, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do our mental health check-in. And I'm gonna go ahead and let Maddie Ice start us out. Let us give us your rate. Make sure mental health is important to us here at Dad Mentality. If you're not checking in with someone, family, whoever, check in with the specialist, but check in with your friends, check in with everybody, man, because you never know how even your story might help somebody else out. So let's go ahead and get this mental health check-in. Maddie, Ice, where you at from 0 to 10?
This week, man, this weekend was pretty good. About pretty stable, steady weekend, man. So I'm at about a 7.5 or so, about 7.5. Feeling good about some things. Went pretty good this weekend. Looking forward to this weekend coming up. Quick little road trip, man, to take care of some business. Looking forward to that. So feeling good overall, man. You know what I mean? Nothing to complain about. Things could always be better. Things could be worse. But I'm kind of sitting at around about that 7 right now, trying to get it up to an 8. You know what I mean? But stable, feeling good.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and go next. I say I'm about, now that everything's over, I guess I'm a lot higher, about an 8.5. I mean, it was a road up and down. My son graduated from the Air Force. Woo-hoo, that was great. It was definitely, let me tell you something. It was a huge difference when he went in and when he came through this week. And I'm very, very proud of him. He's now going to a school in Shepherd Air Force Base in Texas also. But then he also told me he should be home for Christmas. So I'm excited for that. But he's going for his technical. So I found out he's an airplane maintenance and mechanic, but he's going to be dealing with the weapon. So I guess he's going to be putting the bombs and the missiles on the airplanes and guns and stuff like that. He said he wanted to deal with the weapons, and that's what he's going to do. So I'm proud of him for that. And as he goes, my daughter, we went to Baylor University. We also went to Texas A&M and Prairie View A&M, which is a historically black college. I didn't know that was the college where Sandra Bland was murdered in front of. I had no idea until we got there, and as we pulling up, it was Sandra Bland Boulevard. So that was interesting. But we did all the tours, and right now Baylor is my daughter's first choice. Their tour is off the chain. If you get to go there, it was way better than Texas A&M's, and they even let you go on the field and stuff like that. So it was really a really good tour. So, if you go out there, so that was great. My son hung out with my best friend. Shout out to Rob Pitts. Also, shout out to our boy Buck. Both of them have been on the show, but they hosted me and my family, treated them like royalty while we were there. So, just the only bad things was the airplane. We had a lot of issues with that, and just getting around and driving around Texas sucks. I'm gonna let y'all know that too, man. I'm telling you, I will not move to Texas. You couldn't pay me $1 million to move out there. The everything was terrible. In 1 week, I drove 1,300 miles just taking them to all these places, and I hate driving. So, but no more trips to Texas if I have to. If I do it next time, I'm definitely not going to do all that driving because that was ridiculous. So, anyway, 8.5. I'm feeling good though. I'm back, ready to get back to work and get things going, and was excited about definitely doing the show today. So there we go, Coach. Where you at?
Yeah, I'm probably hovering around an 8 right now. Last 2 weeks have been really good, health wise. So, I'm progressing faster than normal. And getting better, getting stronger. So took on major house project. You know what I'm saying? Started last Wednesday, completed it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And starting the next one. Actually started the next one today. So, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm not fatigued anymore. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the day. So, been exercising, back to jogging. You know what I'm saying? Start the bike tomorrow. So, I should be indoor bike. So I'm clear to do that now. So I'll be outside 2 weeks, ready to rock and roll.
Well, good luck with that. But speaking of bikes and exercise, we go ahead and ask Coach Lady K, how was your week? Give us a rating from 0 to 10, and what you're excited about, what you got going on.
Last week was probably about, I would say about a 7. I had a lot going on. Traveled to see my parents. But I had a lot going on. But yeah, I'd say about a 7 or 8. This week, I'm already at a 10 because I got vacation next week. I'm going on my birthday trip. So I'm already mentally at a 10. Last week, about a 7 or 8. So
yeah. Where you going?
I am going to Roatan, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, and Belize.
Oh wow.
Cozumel is dope, by the way.
Yeah.
Is that a cruise or you just going through all those places? Okay.
Yep. 7-day cruise, solo. I'm excited.
Oh wow. Okay. Nice.
Cozumel has a submarine ride that's fire, by the way.
Nice. I think when I go to Cozumel, I'm doing a swimming with the dolphins. I have like a VIP swimming with the dolphins excursion going on. So
good stuff.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Ready to go.
All right, must be nice. I mean, let me borrow $1. That's all that CEO money. See, you know what I'm saying? But you work hard, you got to play hard, right?
Yep, got to take time off, recharge, reset.
All right, so Lady K Wellness, we're gonna go ahead and get into the nitty gritty of things, and so where did the beginning of Lady K Wellness begin?
I started I would say the brand or the company, the brand about 2 years ago, because I wanted to really hone in on what I was already doing and make it a brand and something that people would know. They can reach out, they could get help, they can get assistance, they can get inspired. It basically was me coining something I already was doing. And it took me a minute after working with my life coach and mentor. Basically, she kind of pushed me and was like, just because there's other influencers out there, there's other people doing the same things that you're doing, doesn't mean that the world doesn't need a you. So I started Lady K Wellness about 2 years ago, but my fitness journey started way before that.
Now, how did your fitness journey start?
I've always been active, I would say. When I was in high school, I ran track, I did cheerleading. But that was all short distance. And then as I got older, I started going to the gym, started working out. I realized I liked lifting weights more than running. And then I kind of got away from it all. Wasn't really doing anything. And really what sparked me going back at it was I was working with a coworker who was running. I know this is going to sound crazy, but she was running half marathons and she was traveling and she was showing me all these pictures and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to travel. I love that. I love traveling. So I started running so I could do races, so I could travel. And so I would sign up for races and I had to train for it. I signed up for it. I had to train for it. And it was my push. And then it became a habit and it just became like second nature to me doing the races. And then, so I think that started about, I would say, oh my gosh, almost 10, maybe 10 years ago. So I've done probably about 15 half marathons. I did one full. My goal was to run all 50 states. I've only done 10 so far and Barbados. Um, but yeah,
So,
and then
so
I
when you say half marathon, for some of us, the only place we run to is the refrigerator. Is what is like? How long is a half marathon?
half marathon is 13.1 miles. And a full marathon, I've only done one of those, is 26.2.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That
All right.
26 mean, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
I think being coach walked like 2.5, maybe 3 miles. I don't
Rodney,
know if I was.
Rodney's like, yo, let's go home, bro.
Oh yeah. The only thing was worse than was his dog Cupcake. Cupcake was like, oh hell no.
She was dying.
But yeah, my knee about I think about 2 miles, my knee be like, oh no, oh no, oh no,
Oh
no,
God.
no, no, no.
You
But
gotta psych yourself out. Like if you go over the Woodrow Wilson Bridge, if you go over, you gotta come back. So
Thank you. I appreciate you telling him that.
no,
or you could not go at all.
you gotta get moving. You gotta start somewhere.
Ronnie gonna catch an Uber back.
Oh my God. Probably. Knowing him, or he'll find a Segway, a scooter.
Hey, scooter still count, don't it? You know what
No,
I'm saying? Don't count. All right, well,
not at all.
I gotta try. They don't let you bring a scooter in a half marathon, do they?
No, sir, they do not. No, not at all.
You know. All right, so now back 10 years ago, now, and I gotta ask you the question. 10 years ago, you started doing these half marathons. What did you think it would turn into this even then, or when did the time where when you decided that okay, I really want to start coaching, I really want to start influencing people into this? You said about 2 years ago, but was there
Yeah.
a time even between the 10 years when you was running marathons?
I would say there's always been sprinkles of it maturing. I just didn't know what it was at the time. I would say like one of my best friends, she had I was already in running, and she was had breast cancer, and she told me, she was like, you know what, when I finish my last round of chemo and radiation, she was like, I want you to train me I want to run a half marathon. So I was like, all right, fine. I don't know if I can train you, but sure. She finished and she was cancer free, and she was like, all right, let's go. And so we started training, we started running. We started, 3 miles here, 5 miles, and we just continued to progress. And the kicker was, like I said, you sign up, you got to do it. So I was like, all right, let's find a race for you to sign up. And then we can, that way you're definitely dedicated. You're pushing, you're working, we're building a plan. And so we did that. And I think it was I want to say it was a Virginia Beach half marathon. And we signed up for that. We did that. I think that was our first half. And she's done a couple since then with me. I've tried to recruit folks to come with me and join me on these trips. Then it became what they would start coming on the trips, but folk didn't want to run. But and so I think over the years it's just been opportunities for me to help people. I didn't know at the time what it was going to progress into, but then I really started having a passion and a love for helping people and I found people was asking me questions and stuff, and I'm just like, eh. So then actually like a couple of years ago, I just started, doing my certifications and everything so I could be, legit really helping people, not just from what I do, but also have the knowledge behind it, the science behind it. So I got my certifications, not only in personal training, but in nutrition and women's fitness specialties. So I would just say over the years, it's just been little things that started building up that made me get that final aha moment. You know what? Let's help people. Let's help other people. And to be better, and not just from a physical aspect, but just holistically. And that's where the wellness came from. I didn't want to just be a personal trainer. I wanted to help people the whole gamut.
So what else does besides training, what else does the wellness umbrella cover?
So really, nutrition. So not just the physical aspect, but you got to eat right because you cannot outrun a bad diet. I've tried. Can't do it.
So have I. That
Uh,
never works.
as soon as you stop running, that weight will be there. It will be there. But not just that, just your mental health, encouraging, not just women, but everybody, being how to manage stress, how to navigate life and just make healthier choices and decisions. And I'm still building, so I want to add more, but there's always a spiritual aspect to it because that is a part of wellness as well. And I'm also working toward adding that financial aspect, so I will be partnering with other folks to just to start teaching people and giving people more knowledge on holistically how to be better, to be better selves, to be your better self. Again, not just physical, but the whole gamut. Because wellness is not just, it's physical, it's mental, it's spiritual, it's financial. So yeah.
Okay. Hey, Coach, you got anything to ask?
Nah, man, I totally agree with what she said, especially about the diet. Like, I remember I did a challenge with some coworkers not too long ago, that actually started, I think, December last year, and I can outwork just about anybody in the gym and working out. I cannot. I can also outwork anybody eating too. You know what I mean? So, like, you know what I'm saying? And the biggest thing, their biggest fear in this challenge amongst the three of us was that I actually would eat right. And the minute that I ate right for those 3 months, I lost like 37, 38 pounds in 3 months instantly, right? Now, of course, you know what I'm saying? As soon as the challenge was over, I went back to eating the way I was. I still was working out, right? But I mean, at best, I'm going to maintain unless I change the nutrition,
Yeah.
right? So nutrition is very, very important to me now. So, and I've definitely changed a lot of habits on that. But yeah, I mean, your body will adjust faster if your nutrition is right, because your body will get used to working out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can plateau real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What about you, Maddie? You got anything?
Yeah, nah, I agree. I just know once you do lose that weight, cause I was on a fitness journey, for a few years. I actually lost like over 60 pounds, like from like 2020 to about 2022, 20, yeah, to about 2002, 22. But it doesn't take long to pick that weight back up. Like once you get off your routine of walking, working, going to the gym like I was doing, and then eating bad, starting to eat fast food again here and there. And next thing you know, you done picked up 20 pounds. It may take you a long time to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, but you could really pick that 20 pounds back up in about 60 days, easy. And then, so I agree. It's just consistent and picking something you can stick with too. Me, I just know like walking, something as simple as walking every day. You'll be surprised most people don't do. And a lot of people, they don't eat fruit and salads. I'd be like, you don't eat no fruit or no salad. Like, that's kind of crazy. So even though I'm not the healthiest on the game, so I still try to eat fairly healthy. You know what I mean? I eat fruit every day, eat 1 or 2 apples a day. That's kind of my trick. I make sure I always eat an apple and just different stuff. Just trying to do some little things if I'm not going to do the bigger things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I definitely hear y'all. I can't say that I got to get back on that journey. I was doing good for a while, but I ain't been doing good for a while now. So but now my next question to you is what is in your experience that you've been doing this? What do you think is the most common mistake that people make and starting their fitness journey, and then they end up quitting because they made that mistake?
Um, I think it's three. There's probably a lot of things, but I think the biggest three things um, would be setting unrealistic expectations or goals, not having a plan, and not being disciplined and committed.
Mm.
Um, and probably in that order, because if you're not setting realistic goals, um, it's you're going to fail quick. You
Yep.
just you're going to get discouraged. Oh, I'm going to lose 15 pounds in 15 days. That's kind of or I want to lose 100 pounds by the end of the year, and we're already in November. Like, are you really, are you really going to put in the work to do that? So just setting I would say unrealistic goals, or not even really having a goal, just saying, I want to lose weight. Okay, what does that look like? Are you trying to lose a lot, a little? Are you trying to tone? Are you like having an understanding of what your real goals is? And then having a plan, creating a plan based on what those goals are. You can't just go in the gym like, I'm gonna go to the gym today, and you ain't been to the gym at all. You're not gonna know what to do. You're gonna get overwhelmed, or you're gonna get frustrated, or you're gonna do a whole bunch of stuff that's not gonna do any good to your body. I mean, you're just gonna be doing stuff just to be doing stuff. So having a plan, and not just a workout plan, but a meal plan. Like we were just talking about, having a meal plan. You have to, you can't say, oh, I'm going to lose weight, so I'm going to stop eating. I'm going to eat less. That's actually counter and productive. When you're trying to lose weight, you should not cut your calories per se. You should watch what you're eating, making sure you're eating the right things. But as part of that meal plan, then you have to also, like I said, do the workout. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to gain weight, you got to eat more. I'm on that journey now, where I'm trying to gain muscle mass. I'm trying to put on muscle. And that's the worst. That's the hardest part for me. I can go in the gym, and like the other day, leg press 300. I mean, it's nothing, but eating 5 meals a day is a struggle for me, but I got to eat to gain the muscle. So the meal plan and the workout plan, they go hand in hand. You have to have a plan. You have to know what it is that you're going to be doing so that you can stick to it, which comes to the discipline and the consistency. You're not going to be motivated. I'm not always motivated. I don't want to get up at 5:30 every day to get up and go work out. It's a struggle. You're not always going to be motivated, but you have to be disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Those that I would say those are the first three things that people.
All right. Quick shout out to Sean to say hey to his uncle and his mom, and shout out to Edith that's watching to say facts. Hey, if y'all have any questions, please post them in the comments. We'll try to get to your questions and have Lady K answer them. So okay, all right.
Yeah.
So, but Coach.
I mean, I think, yeah, I agree with everything that she just said. One of the things that I know in training folk and doing stuff is you have to, individually have to understand that despite whatever shape you're in, whatever body type you have, when you go to the gym, nobody at the gym cares about your shape or your body fat or what you look like.
Yep.
And oftentimes that people get discouraged because they say, oh, I don't look this way, I shouldn't go to the gym. I can't lift this much, so I shouldn't go. I can't run that long, so I shouldn't go. It does not matter to nobody at the gym. It doesn't matter to them.
Nope.
Believe it or not, it's actually one of the zones that's almost judgment free. And I think people have to overcome the mental aspect of just starting and doing that, right? And understanding that people ain't worried about what you look like. How many times have you driven down the street and seen somebody that may be overweight or heavyset going on a walk and said something about them walking down the street exercise? Nobody does that.
Yeah.
But you do it to yourself. People do it to themselves.
Yep.
And say, what do I look like walking down the street? Nobody, like, you look like you exercising. That's what you look. That's what you look. You like you doing something about whatever you want to fix. Keep on doing it, and I'm gonna drive to wherever I'm driving.
And you might be inspiring someone else, because
There
if you
go.
are heavy set or whatever, or an older person, I love to see older people walking in my neighborhood with this stick or the cane, and they getting it. I've had several people on races, older people pass me, pregnant people pass me. Like it's your journey, so you never know who you're encouraging or who you might be inspiring just by getting out there and doing whatever you're doing. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, that old lady on Tucker Road bike trail did not inspire me.
That's because you dropped your bikes.
I was riding. That's back when Coach talked me into riding the bike, thinking I would like doing it. So I was riding that trail, and I was dying. And this old lady came buzzing past me. She had the old school joint with the old school bike with the basket and the bell. And she rung her bell to get me to move out the way. I'm sitting there wheezing, and she just strolling. She started from the same place I started, because it's the only place you can start. So, but I get it though. But she did inspire me a little bit, because I was like, I'm gonna catch her old ass. I didn't catch her. I tried. I did go a little bit faster, but it was something I tried. And then there is this older dude that walks every day, and every time I see him, I'm like, man, I need to be out there walking. He's consistent. Every morning I'm taking my kids to school, I see him every morning. Every morning he waves. One day maybe I'll get the nerve to go out there and just actually walk with him one time.
Yeah,
he be hauling. So but I'm sorry. Did you have anything to say?
And I disagree with her on the discipline part when you don't feel motivated, because some them cold mornings, you're supposed to get up and go for that walk. You said you was gonna go walk, and you just like, nah, you roll back over. But once you do get up and get out there, or you make it to the gym and do it, you feel good about yourself that you did do it, even though you didn't feel like it. So sometimes it's just making that first move to do it. And then after that, it gets easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your best workouts happen when you don't want to do it.
Yeah. Unless you hurt yourself.
Yeah, unless you hurt yourself.
I've done that.
All right. Edith says Simulator challenged her to a jog last week. She says she's not ready either. I feel you, Edith. I feel you. Trust me. Coach been. So I was walking with Coach. As soon as he said he's gonna start running, I didn't show up no more.
Oh my God.
Hey, Coach Lady K, I am not a marathon runner. Like I got an app that says run to 5K, run to 10K. When you jog for a minute, and I ran the app for a couple weeks, and I ended up running the 5K. Now, mind you, I can bike 50 miles like it's nothing. But I couldn't run 1 mile when I started this app.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that started at the beginning of the year. And like within a couple, 2 or 3 weeks, I was running the 5K. So Rodney be sicing it like we about to go on a 3-mile run. Like I was just starting the app over because I was recovering from surgery. So it's like every little bit. Run for a minute, walk for a minute.
Walk for a minute, yeah. The only bad workout is the one you didn't do.
Yep.
I hear you.
Roddy wasn't doing it though. He's like, nah. He's like, I'm not even showing up because I know you. He gonna have me in the middle of the neighborhood. Then all of a sudden we're gonna start jogging.
Oh, you got it. You could do it.
Was not doing it at all. So I heard you say you did a lot of training with for women. What is the big difference between men and women when they start their journey? What do you think? Like, if you had advice for a man and you had advice for a woman that is now today, what they're watching the show, me and Edith, we're gonna sit here. We didn't listen to the show. We decided, all right, tomorrow we're gonna start our journey. What would be those first steps for the men, or what would be the first steps for the women, or would those be the same?
I think the steps are the same. It's just getting started, having a plan, know your goals, whether you're losing weight, building muscle. The biggest thing that I would encourage both parties is that your journey, especially like if it's a couple, so you're going to be seeing each other. For instance, like if you and Vicky are going to work out together and you're going to do a journey, you're starting together, it's not going to look the same. My husband can go work out, and in a week he's ripped, abs, arms, just ripped. I work out for a week and I'm sore. That's all you see is me limping. So you're not going to see in women the same. You could be doing the same workouts. You're not going to see the same progress at the same time. Men have more, what they could say LBM, lean body mass, than women do. Women store more fat than men do, and quicker. So it's a lot more work for us, and we have to adapt our workouts also around hormones and things like that. So the start is the same. Have a plan, know what you're going, setting your goals, having your meal plan being set. I would just say don't be upset with the progress if it's not as fast as you want it, or you see a male counterpart, you all started at the same time. Your progress is not going to be the same. So, but don't think that you're not making progress. If you're being consistent, you're sticking to your plan, you're eating right, just keep doing it. You're going to see the progress. But men and women, it's unfortunately the way our body compositions are is not the same. So men can tighten up and tone, can lose fat faster, can gain lean muscle mass a lot faster than women. Not to say that we cannot, we can. It just happens a little bit faster in the body for men.
Okay.
Do you think that can you speak to women and lifting weights and the importance of it?
It is very important. A lot of women are afraid to lift weights because they say, "Oh, I don't want to get bulky, or I don't want to look like a man." It takes a lot, and you may see on social media a lot of those women who look very manly and their muscles are just, yeah. It takes a lot of work to get your body as a woman to that point.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of food, a lot of it's a lot. But just in general, women lifting weights is key to losing weight. If we are trying to lose fat, if we are trying to lose weight, then the best thing for us to do, yes, cardio is good. Pick up some weights. Muscle will burn the fat faster than the cardio will. You will tone a lot faster. You will start to see definition a lot faster than just doing cardio. Do not be afraid to pick up the weights. I always look at, I give the example. I am lazy and I don't like making multiple trips, when I have bags of groceries. So I will break my arms off to bring all those bags into the house. So as I'm lifting, I'm like, hey. And I noticed that when I am doing that, I am lifting more, carrying more bags, and it doesn't, it's not hard for me to do it. Um, but just in general, it helps you as a woman not only tone and you want the sexy arms and things like that, but that strength is what we need. Because as we get older, your muscles start to deplete if you're not using them a lot faster in women than men. Osteoporosis sets in with losing bone density. So having that muscle is very, very important and key as you're progressing and getting older. So I just encourage women, please do not shy away from weights. They definitely help, and it's especially when it comes to weight loss, they help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Okay.
lifting, so I'm partial. I love it. Actually like lifting more than running. So
What do you think is the reason why women are intimidated? You think it's because they don't want to have the manly features? I heard you mention that, or
yeah,
you think that's what's gonna?
I think it could be a combination of that. They don't want to. I've heard women say that, oh, I don't want to bulk up. I don't want to get, look manly or whatever. Again, it's going to take a whole lot of not just lifting, but eating and a whole bunch of other things to do to get to that point. But also probably intimidated, don't know what to do, don't know how much. You are going to be sore. Um, that's okay. As long as you're not in pain and you're not injuring yourself. Being sore is progress. You're doing something right. Your muscles are growing, those fibers are tearing. So you're doing good if you are sore. Don't be afraid of that. It's a part of the progress, it's a part of the journey.
Soreness is weakness leaving your body.
That's it.
Yeah, I got you on that. All right. All right. We do have a question from the comments. Edith chimed in and wants to know, how do you motivate someone that say they want to work out with me? I guess she got somebody personal, but but say her ankles and her knees hurt from walking. So how do you motivate that person? Coach, maybe Coach should answer this because it sounds like me. But go ahead.
Hey, did you type that in?
Sound like I'm that friend. Yeah, it sound like I'm that friend.
Shots at your way. Yeah.
It's all good. Me and my knee are okay with what we able to do. But sorry, go ahead, Lady K. What do you think about that?
I would say continue to try. Maybe do something light. Try to make it fun. Maybe even switch the environments. Go to the mall. Folks walk around the mall before they'll walk around the track.
That is true.
That is true.
That's a great idea too.
I would just say, try to fake it out if you can. If you have access to a gym and they do have knee and ankle issues, I would say try low impact exercises with them instead of walking. So maybe stationary bike, something to that magnitude, so that they are getting the activity. They're just not putting the pressure on their knees and their ankles. Now, if that is an injury issue and it or is not just an excuse, then I would say try a few different methods of either stationary bike, something like that. See if they'll do that with you, or outdoor bike if they're willing to do that. Or switch up the environment with the walking and maybe go to like a mall or go on a hike. Go to Potomac, see the waterfalls, change up the scenery so it doesn't look like they're actually doing work. Maybe that'll help. Yeah. I think someone in the comments said a row machine. That was also great. That's actually a full body workout and it doesn't put as lot of pressure on your knees and your ankles. So yeah, I would just say I don't want to say fake them out, but try to get some different avenues choices for them that they can do. And just keep asking.
Yeah, I ain't gonna shoot no shots at nobody, but I know if I've been trying to get them to walk too. But I know if I told her I was taking them to the mall, then they'd be walking the mall or the thrift store. Hey, this is shout out to 1080. How you doing out there? Say hey to Kendra.
All right,
machine out there.
But you bring up a good subject, Rodney. How do you work that spouse working out thing? You mentioned earlier that your husband works out. You know what I mean? How do you get your significant other to work out with you? I know that can be difficult, right? You know what I'm saying? Because of what you said earlier with the different levels and the different results. Like me and my wife have gone through that. Like we can do the same thing, but it's going to affect me quicker, right? Because I'm going to drop weight. I drop weight fast regardless, right? But if I actually work harder, I'll drop it. Yeah. But for her, she's a female and her body's just different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So how do you motivate your spouse to do it? And I know walking together, but sometimes walking ain't enough, right? You know what I mean?
Right. So, I've actually had this question from someone before, because they go to the gym, their wife doesn't. The wife is not motivated to go. So it's a little different. If the wife is not motivated to go and just doesn't want to go for whatever reason, I would just say continue to try to encourage, continue to invite. If the wife is motivated to go, but there is that, oh gosh, you're dropping it faster than I'm dropping it, I would suggest to make it fun, make it date night, make it all right. We got our gym date. Like make it something intentional for you and her, or your partner. Making it intentional for you all. And I know that some couples may not want to work out together, but they'll go to the gym together, right? That's fine as long as you're in the space. Maybe if you know your wife is having some type of emotional issues connecting with the workout, words of affirmation. You're doing a great job. Oh, I saw you lifting 15s today. You're doing, just words of affirmation and encouragement that will say, I see you're working. Or I see something. Because there are times where there are changes in the body, and as women, we don't see them, but others may see them. I've had someone as me working out all the time, I've had someone to come and tell me, one of my workout partners was like, okay, I see the arms. And I'm like, what you talking about? And she literally showed me a picture of, I was doing something, and I can see the definition. I hadn't paid attention. I know I was doing the work, but I hadn't paid attention to if there was actually results, right? So I would just say to encourage, if you can, make it a date night, make it a day date, make it fun, make it intimate, make it spicy, whatever you need to do, whatever her love language is, whatever she likes, try to incorporate that in there. But I would also say continue with affirmation, continue with encouragement. But if they like, oh, I don't feel like going today, don't beat them up, but just be like, all right, but you're going tomorrow or whenever, if you all have a set schedule, like stay on top without hounding. But that would be so I would say softer or encouraging. If they just absolutely don't want to go, continue to keep trying or try to incorporate some other ways that you can get that person active. Again, going on hikes, going on whatever. That will cause you to have to exercise, meaning going for a walk, going to play golf, different things like that. If you like to bike ride, I think you said, if she likes to bike ride too, or does ride the bike, you guys can incorporate that. It doesn't always have to be the gym or, walking. You can always incorporate just different things to try to spice it up or try to add that encouragement.
Good stuff.
All right. Matt Ash, you got anything?
No, that's pretty much she covered it all. But like you said, sometimes what if the wife they absolutely, just not on that journey though. You know what I mean? Some people just don't even want to get on that journey. So sometimes I guess it could be a little bit of conflict of interest. Is like, one person trying to be healthy and eat healthy, the other person like, hey, I want my McDonald's.
On that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
sometimes you gotta show them though. Sometimes
you know what I mean, or your mate.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta show them, and if they see you out there enough and see that you're consistent and this, that, and the other, then usually they end up picking up your habits. Because if you're coming home and cooking more healthy and this, that, and the other, they're going to get the result of that also. So it becomes to me, you whenever you're in when you're in a relationship, in a marriage, and this, that, a lot of things come through leading by example.
Mm-hmm.
By just going out there. You don't have to pressure them to go to the gym with you all the time, but if they see you're going to the gym and they're seeing you're getting results, then eventually they get curious and be like, hold up, maybe I need to go in the gym a little bit and work off a few pounds. Or then I know for me it becomes a competition thing no matter what for me. So I just that's the type of drive I have. Like
my husband motivated me like that. I mean, I wasn't in the gym like he's in the gym, and just seeing him body composition changing, and I'm like, oh, I can't have him out here looking good, and I'm up here. No, we got. And so that kind of, all right, Kendra, let's get it together, and I did. But yeah, that'll do it. Out here in gray sweatpants. No.
We also have don't get mad at me if I butcher names, but Vanetta.
Yes.
Vanetta Coates. She said, I guess this is going back to Edith's question. Said make sure you had a proper shoes as well. And how important I know it is important to me. When I was working out, I definitely made sure I had the right equipment and things like that to help and help your body. it's crazy how much of a difference your workout is if you have the right equipment. You
Yeah.
know, I also learned that with Coach because I was riding the $10 bike and he came out there with the Mercedes Benz of bikes. He came, you know what I'm saying? I had to
Yeah.
have two people lift my bike onto the car. And Vance out there had his bike on his pinky.
One finger. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I learned my
you know.
lesson the hard way too, Rodney. I learned my lesson the hard
Yeah,
way.
proper equipment is definitely a must. Yeah, your shoes are important. If you are walking or running, go get fitted. Yes, absolutely. Especially walking or running. It doesn't matter. You can say, "Oh, I'm just walking, so I'm gonna go to DSW and get some walkers." I encourage you to go to, and I've done this. You can go to a store, get fitted, tell that they can test you. You can see what your gait is and all of that. They can recommend shoes. You don't have to buy them there, but they will recommend the right shoe for you. And you can buy them somewhere else if it's cheaper for you, if that's the issue. But absolutely your shoes, and change them often. If you are running or walking and consistently doing it, your shoes should be changed often. Because when your sole starts wearing down, that affects your knees, ankles, knees, and everything, hips. So yeah, absolutely.
All right. So now my next question is the the having your mental health and having your physical health in your journey. How have those two things tied in together? How has your physical health affected your mental health, and your mental health affected your physical health? How have those things tied together into wellness?
I would say for me, the physical health was there, but life starts lifing, and then your mental health starts breaking down. And I have noticed, and I know I've read about it and everything, it's in the books, it's the science and the hormones that are just given off when you are exercising. But there is a truth to that science that if you are feeling down, if you are feeling low, depressed, whatever you want to label it, getting out, being active, exercising, it does produce the hormones that will give you a boost. Um, the struggle is when you're not mentally there, you just don't want to. Um, but it is a good thing that if you can get into a gym, or you can go walking or go running or go cycling or just sightseeing, it does help your mental capacity. For me, I will say I have it's been so crazy because my therapist said I was struggling because I was doing good in one area, physically, and but mentally I was just breaking down. I think just doing too much. It was just so much going on. And my therapist was like, you can eat right, you can work out all day long, you can go to church every Sunday, all of that. Um, but mentally, if you're not well, you're still unhealthy. You're still doing your body harm. Mental health, and you're stressed. I had a lot of stress and depression and all of that. It was weighing on me physically, making me sick physically. But I have mustered up and then I was getting in my own way. I was like, oh, I'm not having worked out at 5:30 with the girls in a minute, and oh, I've fallen off. It's hard for me to get up mentally. It was just a whole bunch of just mental stuff that was coming in. But then once I got a workout in, even if it was in, that's what sparked my Friday 15s, because I'm like, okay, even if I get 15 minutes in, 10 minutes in, let me do something, let me move my body. I did feel good. Like I was like, okay, I did something today. I moved my body today. Now I've gotten to the place where if I am feeling down, if I am in a low place mentally, I do go and work out or hop on my Peloton. Um, and it helps. It helps me mentally. Sometimes I've actually worked through some things mentally that I was going through while I was working out. I could see things a little bit more clear, or I was meditating or whatever while I was working out, while I was on the bike, while I was lifting. I've been in the gym lifting and crying at the same time, but by the time I finished, I felt better. It has helped my mental space. Again, with the wellness, it all goes hand in hand. So it's not just your physical, the mental, but it does help. It does. Working out, exercising, moving your body, it does help. And a lot of times it's not instantaneous. So, folks are looking for this microwave thing and fix to life. It all works together. You have to do it all in sync with each other. But exercising does help your mental health. It has helped me personally, and my mental health, and getting me through tough moments, tough days, tough weeks. Yep,
All right.
for
What
sure.
about you, Coach? You got anything to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's absolutely right. I mean, just one of the reasons I got into cycling is because I had so much stuff going on between coaching, the family, wife and 4 kids, work, and all that. And literally, I would carve out blocks out the day, especially in the spring, to just go ride my bike. And it wasn't even a fact of I'm going out here with a goal or anything. It was just I'm gonna go ride until my head is clear, and then I'm gonna turn around and come back home.
Mhm.
And that's how I got into biking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and literally, I would just go ride. I'd be out there looking at stuff on the trail, looking at turtles crawl, look like literally, and
Mm-hmm.
I could feel my mind clearing.
Yeah.
And then it would turn into exercise, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then when I get back home, I've reset and I'm good. You know what I mean? And once you get that first emotion from exercising, it you know where your outlet is. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
Rodney, you can speak to this. Like when I had surgery back in September, like the biggest hurdle that I had to overcome is I couldn't exercise. I couldn't walk. I couldn't cycle. I couldn't lift. I couldn't do anything for
Yep.
literally 8 weeks. So and that was my complete out. That was my out and my how I decompressed.
Mm-hmm.
And not being able to do that, it was tough. So like with riding, when you came to walk with me, like literally just our conversations was just another form of me decompressing.
Mm-hmm.
So exercising, no matter, it doesn't have to be strenuous, it doesn't have to be anything, right? You just gotta, like she said, start moving.
Yeah.
You will be amazed. You will be amazed at how your body starts to relieve its stress on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
I see somebody in the comments said that that's their daily stress release. My husband is the same way. The gym is his, like, he goes after work. So we have a different schedule. He goes after work to decompress from the crazy day. I can't do that. I do it before work. I gotta get my day pumping with it. But yeah, it's definitely a stress reliever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they say walking is one of the, best things for, depression. And I know,
Yeah.
like, I'm operate at my best when I go for a daily walk, and usually it's in the morning. Like you said, get your day started, get things
Mm-hmm.
going, exercise in the morning, get the oxygen, blood pumping, and
Yeah.
you do think a lot clearer. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Try to, like you said, look off and in the distance. Look at different things while you walking, and it definitely helps me out when I'm feeling a certain type of way. You know what I mean? Sometimes, but you gotta force yourself to do it sometimes. Because sometimes you even know those things, but still be that little voice in your head telling you, "Nah, I ain't going for no walk today." But once
Yeah,
again,
buddy.
once
But
you do it though, you feel a lot better.
Yep.
you know one thing too, and when it comes to mental health and exercise, if you are struggling mentally, exercise outside
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
just get
and
outside.
and get outside.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know
had
what I
a
mean?
doctor tell me that one of my therapists actually told, and actually my endocrinologist too. She told me, she was like 30 minutes a day. Get outside, go walking, 30 minutes a day. I was like, that's the prescription. That if there was meds, but that was the first thing that she had on the paper was 30 minutes outside.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, we got a special guest who just came into the studio, the very one and only Zenden 80, aka this is the Beast One. I think she had a question for you, Kendra. So I'm gonna go ahead and let her ask her question.
I know that I'm stepping in a little bit late, but I wanted to, kind of ask you, how do you get motivated if you're not used to waking up at in the early in the morning, or would you suggest an early workout opposed to a later workout? Because I know with working out, your energy rises. What would you suggest?
Um, get it in whenever you can. Whenever, I can't say do it in the morning or do it in the afternoon. Whenever you have the time to dedicate and carve out for yourself, do it then. I'm more of a morning person, so that works for me, because I know after 4 o'clock, after I finish doing all the stuff I've done during my 9 hour day at work, um, most of the time I'm not going to feel like doing it. Ironically, if I have to train someone, I'm good. Like I'll do it. But if it was me, but again, like I said, everybody's different. You have to figure out what works best for you, your life, your schedule, and just get it in and do it. If you normally do it in the morning, or I've worked out in lunchtime. I've carved out, all right, 30 minutes. All right, I'm getting on my bike, or I'm gonna go lift weights or whatever. Whatever time you can carve out to do it, just do it. If you can't get it in the morning and you're normally doing it in the morning and you miss a morning, do it in the afternoon, do it at lunch. Just as long as, if that's the day you're supposed to work out, just make sure that, you'd get it in. But do what works for you and what you can fit in. Then once you know, okay, I'm a more of an afternoon person, then you can get a cadence going in the afternoon. If like Maddie, I said he's a morning person, get it in, get his walk in. That's what works for him. It is, everybody's different. I would just say figure out what works for you, your energy levels, and I'm not gonna say your motivation, because your motivation is gonna change every day. You ain't always gonna be motivated. So your energy levels, if you know you have more, you're a morning person, do it in the morning. And if that works for you, great. Keep it doing. But if you're not and you're an evening person, do it in the evening. Whatever works, but just do it.
All
Yeah.
right. I guess
Yeah.
she has a follow up question.
Yeah.
So all this workout business, how do we keep consistent with our refrigerator? What do we need to edit out of our refrigerator and pantry in order to make this workout stick and last?
The simple answer, whole foods. Whole foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, processed foods out. Um, if you're grocery shopping, I like to tell people shop on the outside. Everything down the aisle is processed. So it's there to store. Even your bread, your pasta, if you have to have pasta, there's breads and pastas that are on the outside in the fresh bakery, fresh section. Just know that they go bad quicker because they don't have all those preservatives that those pastas and breads have in the aisle. Um, just be conscious about what you're eating. Um, and don't be afraid to remove all the junk. Like if you're really serious about this is what you're going to do, you've wasted food before, go in with your trash can and take out everything that you know doesn't belong. The chips, the cookies, the candy, all of that processed stuff, food, junk food, trash it. You've wasted food before, trash it. And then just make sure you're stocked up on the good stuff. Like Maddie said, fruits, vegetables, fresh vegetables. Um, and if you eat meats, fresh meats, not processed. Um, that's it. And then once you start eating the right things, and getting in a habit of buying the right things and eating the right things, the next step to that is portion control, understanding your portions and what it is that you need to eat, how much of it you need to eat, depending on what your journey is, if you're trying to gain weight or if you're trying to lose weight. Um, but making sure that what you're consuming And if you're trying to lose weight, for instance, your activity is more than the calories that you're consuming. So that's a whole longer story. But to get your refrigerator and your kitchen in order, take out all the junk, throw out all the processed foods, and restock with fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, meats, lean proteins, fish if you can, things like that.
All right. Because some people don't know. One thing I did learn that I didn't know is that starving yourself is not good either, because your body will start storing the food
Yep.
up and not burning it. So
Yep.
you're training your body in a bad way. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was great. Lady K, I want you to go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you. Tell them where they can hang out with you. You know, if anybody's watching and wants to start your class, where can they go? Give us all that information.
Awesome. So you can follow me on IG at LadyK_wellness. Also on YouTube, I have videos that are 15 minutes that you can do. Same handle, Lady K Wellness there, and Facebook, I'm Lady K Wellness there as well. So yeah, follow me. I post where I'm going to do sessions. If I'm going to have live sessions, I have one coming up at Fabletics with Tyson's. I've partnered with them before. So if you come out, if you're in the DMV area, Tyson's Corner, 9 a.m. on the 23rd of November, you can work out with me and you can get discount on merchandise. This is men and women, not just women. So guys, come on out. And then I will be posting more coming soon on workouts and programs that I'm going to be offering for the new year. I'm actually trying to get it started in December, so we're not waiting until the new year, new me. So yeah, reach out if you're looking for a personal trainer or nutritionist or just an accountability partner. Hit me up.
All right. Well, we definitely want to thank you, Coach Lady K, for joining us and talking about health and wellness. And I'm definitely going to start getting motivated myself and getting back out here and start walking on my own. Not just because Coach is making me, but I need to get out here and do it on my own and really start. Also, changing my eating habits is another thing that I really want to work on and try to get to. Edith said everything you said was awesome. So I do want to get into our inspirational moments. I do want to give a quick shout out to this first one we're about to use. This is from another podcast. It's Who's Cooking with Chef Dennis 32. If you're not following this guy, he's a great inspirational podcast similar to ours that talks about great things. As a matter of fact, I'll be broadcasting tomorrow from his podcast so that y'all can definitely check us out. We're going to be talking about generational curses, and this is just a clip from his podcast that I kind of wanted us to discuss. So let me know what you think.
Our heart. How do we do it? What Allison? When you think about that, and when I say strengthening your muscles, well, it's muscle. What is the first thing that comes to your mind about how do you, and we talk about the heart. So let's talk about the heart, because the heart is the biggest part of the body. That's the most important. Without that, we can't function. We die. You know what I'm saying? The heart is the most important muscle in the body that we need to function, to live, to survive. Without that, we can't survive. How do we strengthen our heart? How do we do it? What Allison, when you think about that, and when I say strengthening your muscle.
All right. Whoops. Almost went too far, but yeah. So how do we strengthen our heart? So when I heard them talk about this, and they go more into it in depth on the podcast, check it out. But strengthening your heart to me has a lot to do with, yes, it has to do with physical, but also keeping yourself in the right environment. You know what I'm saying? Being around positive people and being in the right environment where you're getting that positive energy, that positive love, that positive health. To me, that is how you strengthen your heart. and get it to the point where when things, and we talk about this all the time on the show, that life is full of hills and valleys, and that, you know, you have to absorb those times you're up on the hill when everything's high, so that when you get in that valley, you don't let it go too low. You know that the good times are still right around the corner. So, you know, that's what I just thought about when somebody asked me, how do you strengthen your heart? Uh, Kendra, what do you think about that?
It's interesting. I probably gonna go another direction. The scripture I was reading this morning, Philippians 4:18, talks about, you know, whatever's true, whatever's noble, whatever's right, whatever's pure, whatever's lovely, whatever's admirable, anything is excellent and praiseworthy. Think about such things. And that just really makes me think of, you know, what you're thinking about, what, like you said, your environment, what you're surrounding yourself with, what you're pouring into yourself is what's feeding your heart. And what comes out of your mouth is from what's in your heart. So whatever you're feeding yourself, whatever you're surrounding yourself with, if it's negativity, if it's or positivity, all of that, you're feeding your heart those things. And that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to say. So absolutely, your environment, the people, we hear this all the time, being around like-minded people, not just so much as, you know, spiritual believers, but just if business aspect, people that are like-minded, or people who are higher than where you are and you want to get there. When you're surrounding yourself with peace and love, and protecting your peace, setting boundaries helps your heart. Um, a lot of people are afraid to set boundaries when it comes to guarding your heart. The Bible says, guard your heart, because everything you do flows from it. If you are protecting yourself, protecting your boundaries, if there is somebody or something that is not right, or it's not feeding you properly, um mentally, spiritually, or what have you, then you need to cut it off. You need to block it out, because you don't want it to um harden your heart. You don't want it to make you, because eventually, if you constantly around someone that's negative, constantly around people that's talking negative, doing negative, your heart is eventually going to harden. So yeah, being around the right people, feeding yourself the right things, meaning visually in what you're listening to, is that feeding your soul, feeding your heart, so that you are operating at a higher level and operating at a peaceful level, and out of love. We definitely need to guard our heart in that regards.
Absolutely. Matty Ice.
Nah, I think she said it perfectly. You know what I mean? You know, we were talking about health physically, you know what I mean, but the heart is like you are what you eat, you know what I mean? So we eat in more than one way, you know what I mean? So we gotta, like, again, watch what we digesting each and every day visually, like, you know what I mean, all this negativity on Instagram, like, what are we doing? Then sometimes, and your routine again in the morning, sometimes, like, what is the first thing that you're watching in the morning? Do you turn the news on? Do you, you know, maybe like you say you read a scripture. Somebody might read a scripture. Somebody may read a passage in a book that they're trying to read. You know what I mean? Just trying to get your mental started off on the right way, and then again, that mental feeds your heart. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, so I agree with that 100%. You know what I mean? Watch what you're eating or digesting mentally, and that'll take you a long way.
Yep.
All right, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, just to echo everything everybody else said, I mean, I definitely believe that you have to guard your heart. I mean, the thing about it is physically, you can improve your heart. You know what I mean? You can get in shape. You can do whatever you can, but when you think about it, heart disease is number one killer in America,
Yep.
right? And that's for healthy people and unhealthy people.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be perfectly physically fine and die of a heart attack
Mm-hmm.
because of other stresses and other things in your life
Yep.
that have affected your body, and particularly your heart, right? So I think it is a combination of both, but I think the bigger point is what everybody else said. You have to be careful, you know what I'm saying, of your surroundings, of what you intake and what you put out, right? Because it goes both ways. And that's the way you protect and strengthen your heart. So
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's definitely a shout out to Chef Dennis Podcast, who's cooking. Definitely give him a follow and a shout, and check us out tomorrow as we talk about generational curses. I got another one I want to share with y'all today. This one kind of hit me in my heart when I watched it, so I hope y'all enjoy it as well. Oh, hold on. Let me get the volume. Where's it at? All right. I wasn't sure. Did y'all get to see that? Because it wouldn't share my thing. Oh, y'all didn't
Um,
see it.
no,
Oh,
nah,
okay. Well,
uh-uh.
man, see, I was wondering what was going on. All right, let's try it again then. All right, let's see if I can get it right this time. My bad. I was sitting there looking at my screen. I was like, hold on, is it showing up? Oh, maybe because I didn't hit the share button. There we go. All right, y'all ready? Here we go.
Your life or perspective?
It was my first day in therapy, and my therapist said, "You seem really well adjusted for someone who's never gone to therapy. Why are you here?" And I said, "I'm a good husband, I'm a good father, I'm a good friend, I'm a good employee, but I want to be great at all those things. And I feel like if I could be great at those by myself, I would have been by now. So I'm getting help." And she said, "Employee is someone you are for your job. Husband is someone you are for your wife. Father is someone you are for your son. And friend is someone you are for your friends. Who are you for yourself? Who are you outside of those roles?" And then the waterworks happened. And I heard myself say, "I'm not sure there's much of a person at the end of all that." And that was the beginning of me figuring out who I was at 30 something years old. Everything changed after
That
So, I'll go ahead and give my comment. You know what, Vicky? I didn't ask you on the last one, but I'm gonna ask you on this one. What did you think when you heard that? What was it said?
I think it was very impactful because a lot of the time we have all these hats that we wear, but we forget about who we are internally. We focus on being a mom, we focus on being a wife, we focus on being a good friend, we focus on being a dog mom, we focus on being a sister, a daughter, and you have all of these roles, but it's more important that you find out who you are internally. And I actually went through something very similar. But finding out and getting in touch with who you are in your heart, in your mind, the things that you like, things that you like to do, places you like to go. What do you like to do? What TV shows you like to watch? Do you like quiet? Do you like music playing in the background when you're working? Things like that. Figuring out the things that you like is very important because you are empty shell if you don't know. It's very important. It guides how you move through this earth. And I think that it's very important for us to learn who we are and taking some time away from your spouse or away from your kids to figure out, to sit down with you, to internalize um, who you are, what do you like, what you enjoy. Um, in order to find that person, you have to go on your own personal journey to find that person. So,
Yeah, I agree. For me, it was similar to the statement of, you can't be there for anybody else until you're there for yourself. You have to learn who you have to be. It's the same thing, in emergency, if the two gas masks fall, you got to put one on yourself first before you can help that other person. And a lot of us don't take that time to help ourselves before we out here trying to help everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And then when you help everybody else, you're still lost because you ain't helped the main person you should be helping, which is you. And it also goes to that boundary thing that Kendra also talked about, because that's healthy. Setting up boundaries, and I've called coach on numerous phone calls about, the families and things like that and what I need to do. And he told me from the beginning I should have kicked them all out. that it should have been, because at no point in time should I let anybody or anything invade my boundaries. So, and I'm now learning that at 40 something and looking at what this gentleman said at 30, I wish I could have told myself back then those things that I need to take care of me. Because if I don't take care of me, then I can't take care of all these other people that I'm out here pretending that I'm taking care of. So, we'll go Matty Ice this time first. See what he said.
Yeah. Now I agree with those statements. I do think that, sometimes the hats that we wear sometimes do mold us, create character in us and mold us into the person that we are. But we definitely do have to take that time to make sure we're okay when we're taking care of everybody else, and try to get to, you know, know yourself and things like that. But I believe those roles, are fulfilling, as well too. That creates the person who we are. Like, like if we didn't have to be a husband or a father, you know what I mean? That gives you structure sometimes, you know what I mean? But you still have to make that time for yourself as well, though.
All right, coach.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of look at it similar to Matt in this case, and here's why I say that, because I've asked myself that question before. You know what I'm saying? In that same particular aspect, and I don't know if I want to be who I really would be if I didn't have those roles. I might be a completely different person.
Okay.
You understand? Like that, like those roles are what is grounding me. You know what I'm saying? And God is grounding me, right? You know what I mean? And I think God put those roles in my life to ground me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it changed who I may have become by having those particular roles. And that's what God wants me to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's kind of how I look at that whole scenario.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well
Lady
said.
K.
Yeah. I would say I've recently gone down this journey with my life coach and mentor. We did an exercise, and that was the very first question that she asked. She was like, "Who are you?" And then you start spitting off everything he said. I'm a wife, da 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 da. And she's like, "No, wife aside, mom aside, all this. Who are you?" And so it caused me to have to do some homework and some work to see who I was. Those were my assignments. Those were, what God has called me to do, blessed me to be a mom, called me to be a wife. But having to figure out who I was, aside from those things, or from those assignments. And I will say I'm still growing in that and still learning. But it's causing me to sit and with myself to really understand who I am, who I'm supposed to be, who I am, what I'm purposed to do. Um, but it's like I think Coach said, I wish I had done the work and known that and thought about that years ago. Um, I don't know if I'll be farther along or not, but I really wish I had, didn't wait until 40s to start thinking about that. But I agree with what Coach and Maddie said on the aspect of I do believe that those assignments of mom and wife has built my character, definitely has molded and shaped me into the woman that I have become. But as far as patience, as far as I would say perseverance and understanding the capacities that I have and that I don't have. But realizing, I think the biggest thing from that is I don't have to be everything to everybody. I need to be who I need to be for myself, like you said for Rodney. Be who I need to be for myself first, setting those boundaries. But it's okay that I'm not there for everybody, and I think that's been the biggest weight that I've carried for so many years is trying to be everything for everybody. And then I'm tired, I'm broke, I'm dead to the world. But yeah, I think for me, those roles that I'm assigned to have shaped my character, but I am still learning who I am and my purpose, my full potential and purpose. Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. So, unfortunately, you are a Cowboys fan, and we got to get into these terrible, terrible picks, which I'm going to give you my pick, except for the Redskins game. You won't get that one because I know Coach going to throw the Redskins in there. Oh, not the Reds. Sorry, the Commanders. I still say the Redskins. Still pulling out my gear. This junk was fresh. I hadn't even wore this junk before when I got it. You know what I'm saying? Before I put it away. So, I had to pull it out to represent. I ain't seen Lady K in her Dallas gear in a long time, dog. It's been a while. She used to be repping Dallas every Sunday. I ain't seen not one pic on Instagram, Facebook, or nothing this season. I just want to bring that up, for the people that follow Lady K and followed her for years. I remember there was some years.
I've been busy.
Sunday, there was a football pic in a Dallas hat and all kinds of stuff.
I've been busy.
And this, that, and the other, but I ain't seen that in a while, so I ain't gonna say nothing.
I've been busy.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. That it? That's what
my
we're gonna
story.
go
I'm
with.
sticking to it.
All right. So Coach, you got these terrible, terrible picks for us.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna pick this
I
week.
definitely do, and I just want to say I am so glad that you canceled the show last week because there was no way I was gonna get on here and listen to that Hellberry nonsense.
Come on, bro.
There was no way. Like I just knew that I was like, oh, this is gonna be a long segment.
Yeah.
Here. Well, you know what I'm saying?
That was epic, man. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all. Hey, you won the game. You know what I'm saying? And the famous words of Ricky Bobby: "If you ain't first, you're last." You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter if you went by, you know what I'm saying, a mile or inch. Dominic Toretto, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, you won.
Hold on, Coach, real quick before we get into this. Let me just pull my screen up real quick and see if y'all can. I just want to show y'all something. Oh, you can't see it real. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all can see that.
Is that have bedazzle too? Is it
used to be this used to be stuff we used to see like every week. You know what I'm saying? We used to see stuff like that every week. I don't see it no more. That's all I got to say. I don't see it no more.
All right, you gonna see it.
So I just want to say, they show up until they don't show up. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this.
We haven't showed up this season yet, but I'm still.
Yeah. We've been waiting. I've been watching. I
seen
you a text message just to make sure you're still alive and going. So
as Dak said, we suck.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dak Prescott is done for a couple weeks. By the way, just throw that out there when we get to that game. But just so I can take shots at Beast One today. New Orleans at Atlanta, and I know he's not going to pick New Orleans. You know, said after last week. So,
no, definitely. I think New Orleans is done. So we gotta go Atlanta.
Yeah, I agree.
Lady K?
Oh,
New Orleans or Atlanta?
Atlanta.
All right. Got it.
This is a tough one. Buffalo at Indy. Indy -4. I mean Buffalo -4.
I'm going Buffalo. I don't think that's tough. At Indianapolis, Buffalo, Indy, they got Flacco starting, Richardson bench. I think.
Yeah, but the thing about it is Indy last night, like that, the Vikings were struggling to score in the beginning. Like even to, I mean, what was the final score? I think it was 21-13 or something.
I still got Buffalo Buffalo should win that.
Yeah.
If Buffalo trying to be a contender, they need to go in there.
I'm gonna go with Indy this week. I think Indy gonna win it.
All right, Indy gonna win. What you say, Matty Ice?
He said
Buffalo.
All right, good old Lady K. You get to pick between Buffalo and Indy. They got Buffalo projected to win by 4.5.
I'm going with the Colts.
You going Colts?
Yep.
Go my money. All right.
All right, your buddy's lost right now. Pittsburgh at Washington. Because I already know who y'all gonna pick. Your buddy lost right now.
Pittsburgh versus Washington. You know what? Well, go ahead, Lady K. Pittsburgh versus Washington.
I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I gotta isolate that real quick. Go ahead. What'd you say again? Who was your pick?
I'm gonna go with the Commanders.
No way.
All right.
No way. This is the second real defense they played.
Hey, they got the Commanders winning by 2.5.
Yeah, Commanders 2.5.
All right. What's the last one? 1, 2. Hold on. We only got
it's only 4. I mean, we on the 4th one now. Philly at Dallas.
Nah, we know who winning that one.
I had to do it, Lady K.
Oh, go ahead. But who's gonna win that one? Sorry, I didn't hear. Let's start with Lady K on that one. Who's gonna win that one?
I'm gonna go with the Eagles. As much as I know, I would love to say the Cowboys. I got to be real with that. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Philly gonna win.
Yeah.
Philly.
Which quiet is this cap? They 6-2.
Yeah.
Ooh, Philly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what are the Commanders?
Y'all ain't playing nobody. You know
Thank
what I mean?
you.
So
Thank you very much. It don't matter. It don't matter. We talking about today.
Philly, y'all will have the same record, so don't even worry about that.
We'll see. We'll see.
Right,
who's
the last was Detroit at Houston. Detroit's a juggernaut, by the way.
Yeah. I think they're good too.
Yeah.
Detroit is mean, bruh.
Who you picking, Lady K?
Lions. Yep.
Lions.
Detroit.
Coach Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah, Detroit. Should be a good game though.
That Indy joint should have boosted your bet.
It did.
-4.
It did. We'll see if it comes through. I'm gonna wait to put it on Saturday though. Hopefully it don't disappear this time. I don't want to get that booster in there. So, but it said about $20 is going to make me $293.81.
That's because of Indy. Yeah, so you will be rooting for the Colts.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I don't see the Colts pulling that joint.
Hold on, let's see. If I switched it, then it'll be only $132. So I'm making $150 on the.
So just the Colts.
If they win,
yeah,
something like that.
Should have picked Pittsburgh. Don't let everybody win except Washington. You know what I'm saying? don't even come on this joint.
He gonna be real quiet. He gonna be real quiet.
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm still gonna be talking my stuff. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna come in here talking.
7-2. We lose.
I've been waiting 20 years to be talking again. You think I'm gonna stop because of one loss? Nope. Not at all.
I don't think you will. I was talking about the bet. I wasn't talking about the loss.
Well,
I
don't think that Indy gonna win anyway,
right?
huh?
It's been almost 20 years since y'all been 7-2, right?
1996.
96. Almost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I graduated high school.
Still, anyway, but we dominating today. I can wear my stuff proud today. unlike some cowgirl fans, they can't wear nothing. They ain't wearing nothing. They ain't seen it. I bet your stuff in the tote somewhere like mine was right now.
No, it's hanging up. It's right there. Yeah.
All right.
We're
Well,
looking good. We can go 500 the rest of the way, and we still should win 11 games this year. So they have to have a collapse, some type of
they
something.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
definitely.
good. Hey, we're gonna get ready to end this show real quick. Edith is dying laughing at the fact that Kendra ain't got her cowboy stuff no more. So, we're gonna have a good time. We had a great time. Thank you for joining us, Lady K. Like I said, please everybody follow her at Lady K_wellness. And just follow what she does. She'll tell you where you can meet her at, work out with her. If you need a personal trainer, you need a life coach or anything like that, please give her a call or hit her up on all her platforms, or just go hang out with her wherever she's working out at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I might come out this Friday. You said you do it under the bridge on Friday?
Not this Friday.
Oh, not this Friday? Okay.
Yeah. But you can meet me at One Life in Clinton.
One Life in Clinton. Okay. I know that's the new joint out there, right? Okay.
5:45.
5:45 in the evening?
A.M.
Good.
Oh no.
He said,
oh no. No, thank you. I will respectfully see the way my alarm clock work, it don't even go off at 5:45.
Oh,
it
God.
don't even work like that.
We can meet at 9.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it off the air anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and say thank you for joining us again, and appreciate you coming, hanging out with us, trying to get, hopefully somebody get their health right and decided it's a good thing to do. I'm gonna start my walkings. I need to start walking. Me and you, Matt, man, we need to be out there walking and start giving our motivational speeches while we out there. So
I know.
I'm not the only one that said hell no to 5:45. So yeah. So anyway, but it's a great time. Thank you for joining us here at Dad Mentality. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe. And you do 15-minute workouts on Fridays too, right?
Yes. Yep. They're posted on YouTube.
All right. So maybe I'll take one of those 15-minute workouts and do it and tape myself. I might do that.
There you go.
I do that for you just to promote, so you can see some old guy doing it with a bad knee.
Hey,
if I can do it with my bad knee, y'all need to be out here. You know what I'm saying, Matty? I just check out a video, man. Let me see you out there, brother.
All right.
But thank you again, and God bless and good night.
Thank you.